Donk Nation, Jackson Jennings, greetings and welcome to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you some Steelers talk in a special way this week as we're joined again by the one, the only Bugaboo. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Steelers offseason's been going on. The draft has happened. I'd really like to pick your brain on what you like about and don't like about the Steelers draft class. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's get to it. The first pick for the Steelers this year, they go ahead, they trade up with the New England Patriots, and they take Broderick Jones, offensive tackle, University of Georgia. Bug, what do you think about this pick?
Yeah, it's gonna really work for the Steelers.
Yeah, it's a guy who's going to probably protect Kenny Pickett's blindside, huh? Keep him upright this year and off the concussion list?
Yeah.
And maybe clear some holes for those running backs going forward. Second round, we get a name that a lot of people said the Steelers were going to take in the first round. His dad was a former Steelers legend, outside linebacker, got lots of sacks. He goes by the name of Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of the University of Penn State. What do you think about adding let's call him a legacy player here to start the second round?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he has a chance to start from day one, or do you think he's going to be more of a sub-package guy in this first year?
The package guy.
Sub-package guy. That's a good take. I think you're probably spot on there. We go ahead again in the second round. We take Keanu Benton, defensive lineman, Wisconsin. Big boy, can fill the gap. Steelers were a little light on the defensive line depth. I think I called him an offensive lineman. They're defensive lineman from Wisconsin. A guy I really liked and wanted the Steelers to take with that first pick of the second round. What do you think of adding a big guy like Benton? You think he's going to be a difference maker potentially for this team going forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, how about third round? We take Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. He's a 265, 7-pound tight end. Looks like a Poland offensive lineman. Had a little bit of a knee issue, has some good hands. Do you think he's going to see the field a lot this year, maybe make an impact on the Steelers' offense and help them take it to the next level?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like Darnell Washington? You think this is a good pick?
Yeah.
Anything to say about these day 1 and 2 picks? Were you impressed? Was there something you felt the Steelers missed, or do you think they did a good job at addressing the needs of the team?
They did a really good job.
They did a really good job. Okay. Well, we also got some more rounds. It's not like the draft ended there. Another Steelers like to keep it in the family pick comes with Nick Herbig, linebacker in the fourth round. He also comes out of Wisconsin. He played very similar to TJ Watt if you look at his college numbers. He's a little bit smaller, obviously, but he's a guy who maybe has some potential out there as a pass rusher, a position that didn't have much depth. Do you think Nick Herbig, even despite his lack of size, has a chance to make an impact for the Steelers? Definitely. I've also heard some rumors that he might slide from outside linebacker to inside linebacker. Is this something that you think is a possibility?
Yeah.
Do you think he has a skill set to transfer over to inside linebacker? Probably. Oh, you think he might be able to take the Lawrence Timmons style approach here? Then we get to the seventh round. We got some interesting picks here. Corey Trice Jr. is got defensive back out of Purdue, I believe, where he came from. Measurables is very similar to our second round pick in Joey Porter Jr. Both corners, both run about the same, both, similar styles. A lot of people really liked the pick of Corey Trice Jr. here. Do you think that Corey Trice is one of those seventh rounders who has a chance to make the roster and maybe make an impact on this team? Definitely. That's fair enough. And then we have Spencer Anderson. I believe he's from Maryland, an offensive lineman. I've seen him listed as a center, as a guard, as an offensive tackle. No one really seems to know where to put him. And maybe that versatility is the best thing he has going for him, Bud. Do you think that versatility gives him a shot at cracking that 53-man opening day roster? Yes. All right, so that's the whole draft class. We're going to go ahead and get your grade here. So an A is you think the Steelers hit a home run and did the best they could. A B is you think they did a good job. A C is you think is average. A D is below average. And an F is a fail. What grade would you give for this Steelers draft class?
A.
Very nice. Who was your favorite pick from this draft class? I mean, you have Broderick Jones at tackle. You have Joey Porter, the corner. Keanu Benton, the defensive tackle. Darnell Washington, the tight end. Nick Herbig. linebacker, Corey Trice Jr., defensive back, and Spencer Anderson. Any of those names really break out to you as a guy who's going to be the best pick from this class? You like the idea of Broderick Jones protecting Kenny Pickett. You like Washington going out there and catching the ball. Joey Porter Jr. or Benton on the defensive side. Any of those guys really stepped out to you as the best pick?
All of them.
All of them. Oh, that's an easy way to go. Out of the, let's call them, I just want to get your prediction here. We had 7 picks, right? 7 picks. How many do you think make the roster out of those 7 picks? Do you think they all make the roster, or do you think one of them comes up short or 2 of them come up short? All 7, okay. And out of those 7 picks, how many do you think are going to start through the year? Remember, you already said Joey Porter Jr. isn't going to start. So do you think 1, 2, 3? How many do you think will be starters by the end of the year?
About 3, 2.
3 or 2? 2 or 3? That's a pretty good spot to be. I like that. I like that take altogether. There's some other Steeler news going on. I believe the Steelers were just about to cut Ahkello Witherspoon. I don't know if it's been official yet, but that saves them some money on the cap. That's a guy who looked out of place after they drafted Joey Porter Jr. They brought in Sheridan, and they brought in Price in the draft. So that's a guy who got cut, got out of there. They bring back Mason Rudolph. It's kind of nice to see. Brought in some XFL guys that me and Gingy had talked about before. Yeah, and then they just extended Mitch Trubisky on a 3-year extension to bring down his cap hit this year and bring down his annual average value. So it looks like Mitch Trubisky's here to be the long-term backup. Any of these moves, they also signed a backup offensive lineman who played tackle, like a swing tackle type guy from Tampa. I don't remember the name. I'll get better on that. But do any of those signings really move the needle for you? And are you surprised that Trubisky, who was talking about being sad that he signed here, signing an extension while he knows good and well now he's the backup? Any of those moves a little surprising to you or make you happy? All you like them all? I'm not going to lie. Mitch Trubisky as a backup's not the most terrible thing. My problem always was his value. I still think he's getting a little too much money, but at the end of the day, when Kenny Pickett's not getting paid anything, our quarterback room is still cheap. Glad to see Mason Rudolph down there because you never know when you need additional depth, and I personally think he should be given a chance to be a true backup somewhere, but hey, that didn't happen. And as the other moves, it was time to move on from Witherspoon. He is way too inconsistent for my liking. Anybody or anything at all Steeler-wise you want to talk about, Bugaboo, other than what we did? The quietness I will take as a no. So, Bug, I got a quick question for you. Is there a shout-out you want to give? Maybe just shout out all the new Steelers signings and through the draft or anything like that?
Let's go Steelers!
All right. That's fair enough and loud in my ear. I guess I'll give my shout-out then, and my shout-out's going to be, since last week was Mother's Day, it's to all mothers out there, especially mine and my wife, who's mother to this little crazy guy down here. For some reason, skipped my mind on Saturday that the next day was Mother's Day, but hey, neither here nor there. I'll give the shout out this week. We'll do our best to make sure we give the shout out prior to Mother's Day next year. I'll make sure to mark it down on the calendar. But it's time to let you know I am the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger is the YouTube channel where you get all this fun content. You get to pick Bug's mind, and you know he knows what he's talking about. He's getting into football every day, a little smarter about all this stuff and understanding, and he's the biggest Steelers fan you'll find, at least as of right now. In my opinion, that is, of course. But let us know what we're doing. Let us know how you think we're doing. Leave us a like, follow, comment. Let us know if there's other content that you would like to see. He's the Bugaboo. He ain't got no socials because, well, a little young for that. Yeah, for sure. And I guess it's time to let you know, Jax, Jennings, Donk Nation, we have the new Steelers players in place. We're getting the boring time before camp starts, but we still got to be ready to wave them if you got them.
Let's go back in them Steelers!